So hello everyone, welcome to yet another live with THiNC Institute of Design. Today, as promised, we have the question paper analysis of the JEE B.Arch session number 1, which was conducted today, that is on the 30th of January 2025. So we would be looking into this particular question paper, what were the things that were asked, what was expected, what was not expected and all. And for that, in the discussion, I am joined by our lead faculty of the architecture department at THiNC Institute of Design, Febin sir. Febin sir, welcome to the session. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. And thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Okay. So Febin sir would be taking you through the entire session. And before that, I would just give you a glimpse of what we have got. So I think most of the students sort of felt the question paper to be relatively moderate and easy. So around 3/4, that is around 75% of the students felt that it was moderate or sort of easy. There were some issues that some of the students have articulated regarding the time consumption, that is regarding the rendering question that had come in a drawing. So Febin sir would be dealing with that in detail and how students have managed the time consumption, time management and things like that. Overall, the paper was moderate. As expected, the mathematics part appeared to be a little bit on the tougher side. Arc awareness was a lot more on the expected side, moderate questions, and there were a few full forms also that were asked. Okay. So to everyone who is watching with THiNC Institute of Design in this particular live, please do not hesitate. Okay, Shahjahan has already said Max was so tough. Okay. So anyone and everyone who is watching, please do not hesitate to post in your questions, comments, suggestions, and how you felt about the exam, the examination hall, because ultimately you guys are the ones who have actually written. Okay. So without much delay, let's go straight away into the analysis. I would be welcoming Febin sir once again. So Febin sir, can we start with the analysis part?
Yes, sir, we can start. Yes. Good evening, everyone. So first and foremost, I want to wish you the very best with your results. I know how much effort you have been putting into preparing for JEE B.Arch exam. The effort we think our faculty, staffs, and below students putting into the preparation of this particular exam. So you should be proud of yourself for getting this far. Okay, so I hope you all get admission in a top institution like NIT Calicut or SPA Delhi. Okay, so now further without any further delay, let's dive into the core of the today's session, question paper analysis. So I'll be analyzing the questions asked in JEE B.Arch 2025 session 1 exam. So we'll go through the sections one by one like by each topic. So we start with mathematics and make sure you stay until the end. I'll also be sharing some tips for tackling similar questions in the next session, that is JEE B.Arch session 2. So wait till the end for that particular strategies. So let's start with mathematics. So it was, as Shahjahan said before, it was obviously the toughest section as expected. And it was more challenging compared to the other subjects. Like it's obvious. So if you found it tough, don't worry, it's a common experience. So yes, that is how mathematics is in JEE B.Arch. So let's go to the other parts. Okay. So yes. So we have the most anticipated part of the paper, architecture awareness. This section, this particular section has always carried the most weightage and tested your knowledge in architecture. So this particular session tests your knowledge in architecture. So your knowledge in like how many architects do you know? Like in what depth you know about these architects, about buildings, building materials, building construction techniques, parts of a building. So in this question also, we had questions related to monuments, architects, and we had questions from parts of buildings, building materials, and we had two abbreviation questions also. Okay, so this is an overview of the architecture awareness questions. So let's go to the questions of architecture awareness session. Okay, so first we have a question here, identify the architectural style. Okay, so a picture was given, a temple picture was given. So you had to identify which architectural style is that particular temple. So we had options, Vesara, Nagara, Dravidian, and Orisi. So it was clear which like style it was from that picture. So just comment below, as it is the first question that we are discussing, just comment below which was the style, which style that you opted. Okay, so we can just go to the next question. Yes. So this one, look at this question. It's too easy actually. Like who can't answer this question? Identify the building from the image. Qutub Minar, Taj Mahal, Hagia Sophia, and Jama Masjid. Look at the options. So it's too obvious that it is Jama Masjid, that is in Delhi, built by Emperor Shah Jahan, Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. So the answer is Jama Masjid. Okay. Yes. So the next question. So it was a match the following question. So generally we expect questions from architecture awards like Pritzker Prize, Aga Khan Award, AIA medals, RIBA medals. So this time they asked a question in Pritzker Prize. So this time it was match the following question. We had questions in previous question papers that who won Pritzker Prize in 2018, who won Pritzker Prize in 2024. So this time it was a match the following question. So we had few names of architects in one side, and on the other side we had the years in which they won the prize. So we had Philip Johnson, Zaha Hadid, Devi and Tado Ando. And the next side we had 2018, 2004, 79 and 1995. So who was the first Pritzker winner? Can someone comment? Who was the first Pritzker winner? Yes, just comment below. Who was the first Pritzker winner? Yes, it was Philip Johnson. So obviously, the first year. So we can match it with Philip Johnson, and we know Bibidoshi won Pritzker Prize in 2018, Zaha Hadid in 2004, and Tado Ando in 1995. Okay, so that was an easy question. So we can move to the next question. Yes. What is the material used to get textured look on walls used in facades of buildings? So this question can be classified as a tough question because this particular material is not a common material. It was not that familiar for students. So the correct answer is stucco. I know most of you might have opted for some other options. Maybe, I don't know, but because it was a tough question. So the answer is stucco. Stucco is a plaster kind of material used for plastering. It's like a paint. So that will give a textured effect on the surface of facades. So the answer is stucco. And the next question, it's not glass actually. The answer is stucco. Okay. So someone has commented glass. Niranjan, it's a stucco actually. Yes. Then we had a question related to architect. Who is the architect of Guggenheim Museum in New York City in USA? So generally, students like confuse between F.L. Wright and Frank Gehry. So here the answer is F.L. Wright because Guggenheim Museum Bilbao was designed by architect Frank Gehry, and Guggenheim Museum in New York City was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. That is F.L. Wright. Okay. And the next question. Yes. So before moving into the next question, if you're planning to continue your preparation and pursue your dream of becoming an architect, if you want to be an architect, THiNC is excited to announce our JEE plus NATA hybrid crash batches that is starting on February 3rd. And we have some interesting scholarships waiting for you. So if you have any doubts related to our upcoming batches, just contact in this number 8086 111 044. Okay. So we can move to the next question. So yes, this was also a match the following question. One side we had glossy, semi-glossy, satin, and matte. So these are the types of textures that we use in architecture. We had glossy materials like granite, polished granite. Then we have some matte tiles that we generally use in kitchens, semi-glossy materials, satin materials. So one side they were given the like characteristics of these textures. So you just have to match it. So I will classify this as a moderate level question. Most of THiNC students could able to like correct it properly. Okay, so we can move to the next question. Yes, Chatri. So Chatri is a common name that we see, like when we learn about a particular kind of architectural style. So Chhatris are observed in which architectural style? So we had options Mughal, Gothic, Baroque, and Renaissance. So I know you are familiar with these architectural styles, and you can observe Chhatris in, just comment. By that time, we can move on to the next page. Then you can identify in which architectural style you can see Chhatris. So the answer was Mughal. Yes. Chhatris was generally found in Mughal architecture in India, and also Rajput and some other kind of architectural styles. So in Taj Mahal, you can see the Chhatri near the Onion Dome. In the second picture, you can see Chhatris in Red Fort, in many forts by Mughal buildings. You can see this particular part called Chhatri. So the answer was Mughal architecture. Okay. Then the next question. Yes, we had a terminology question. What is fenestration? We had some option. What is fenestration? So actually, fenestration deals with the arrangement of windows, doors, and such openings. So that was the answer. I think you have answered it. Okay. Then, which of the following is a hardwood used for making furniture? Shisha, rosewood, and acacia. We had one more option. Okay, so the answer is rosewood. It is a common timber that we use in building construction, in furniture. Like teak wood and rosewood are the major timbers that we use in India, especially in southern India, in Kerala. So teak wood, we know that is known as teka in Malayalam, and rosewood is ET actually in Malayalam. So the answer is rosewood. It is a common hardwood that we use for furniture making. Okay, so the answer is rosewood. Yes. I hope you have corrected it. Just comment below, okay, whether you have corrected it or not. Yes. Shahjahan is asking, our results out? Results. Even answer key. Even the question paper is not out yet, so we can just wait for the question paper, and then the answer key will come, and then the final answer key will come, and after 1 or 2 days, when the final answer key is released, we can expect your result. Okay. So standard height of kitchen cabinet was asked. Then National Art Gallery was designed by whom? Bharat Mandapa was designed by whom? So these are some kind of question that we expect for architecture entrance exam. This particular building is designed by whom? So like as expected, we had some who designed questions. Okay. Then we had abbreviation question, full form of Prasad and ISI. Okay, so just few days before in our THiNC offline session, we had a discussion on full forms. In that session, we had discussed about full form of ISI. So just comment below what is the full form of ISI. Okay, and what about Prasad? What is the full form of Prasad? Yes. So the answer is pilgrimage, regeneration, and spiritual augmentation drive. Okay, pilgrimage, rejuvenation, and spiritual augmentation drives. That is the full form of Prasad. I hope you have corrected it well. Okay. So moving on to the next session, next page. Yes. Where is the famous Parthenon located? Okay, so this was an easy question. Like in all JEE exams, we can find a question related to either Parthenon or Pantheon. So there are some confusion. There is a chance of confusion that we there is Parthenon and there is Pantheon. So there is a confusion whether it is Athens or Rome. Like, is this Parthenon or is this Pantheon? So obviously they'll put both cities in the options, right? So we had Rome and Athens. Like one is situated like in Rome and the other one in Athens. So where is Parthenon located? Where is it? Just comment below. Parthenon is actually located in, it's in Athens, right? It's in Greece, actually, in Athens. Yes. So next question. Yes. So yes. Someone is asking Guys, anyone felt a mistake in a side view question? Yes, this is that question. Ashwin is asking in which all the options felt wrong. Not sure about that. Yes, is that question, Ashwin? Is that this question? Yes. So this is a drawing prepared by one of our THiNC students. So as per this drawing, like none of these options are correct. Okay. As many students notice an error in this question based on the image provided that is prepared by one of THiNC students, none of options seem correct. So I would suggest waiting for the official clarification once the question paper is released. Okay. Yes. So we can move on to the next question. Yes. So we had matched the following question. On one side, we had some parts of buildings, and the other side, we had definitions of those parts and also a building. So we had vertical elements in parapet, part found in top side of a column, temple of Athena. And one side we had baluster, abacus, Parthenon. So as you all know, abacus is the top most part of a column, generally Greek or Roman orders. So temple of Athena, like Parthenon is generally known as temple of Athena, and balusters are the vertical elements that we can find in railings and parapets. Okay, so these are the correct matching. Moving on to the next question. Yes. So this is an analogy question. Gable is to roof. Okay, proportional to pair is to what? So what is pair? Pair is related to what? Gable is related to roof and pair is related to column. I think you might have answered this question correctly because it's an easy question, right? Pair is related to column. Yes. Next one. Yes. Who built the famous Hawa Mahal? So we had many questions related to Hawa Mahal, from all the previous question papers, right? So we had these answers: Ustad Khalil, Ustad Lahori, Maharaj Savai Pratap Singh. So the answer is Maharaj Savai Pratap Singh. Okay, yes. That can be classified as a moderate level question. Yes. Okay. So then we have our non-verbal reasoning part, the easiest part of the paper. As expected, it's obvious that non-verbal reasoning part is the easiest. Like generally in JEE paper, this is the most easy part, right? So it's all about how quick you solve this question. So however, there were few changes in this type of question this time. The first one was generally they ask for what is the total number of surfaces, right? But this time they asked what is the total number of visible surfaces. So for counting, generally they asked all like the total count, right? So there was a chance somehow students read it like, okay, it can be a total number of surfaces because for the carelessness, like they can be wrong, right? So this time they asked visible surface counting. Okay, and we had some expected questions from non-verbal reasoning: number of triangles, number of squares, water image questions, mirror image questions. We had figure series question, and also we had simple questions like number of edges in a cube. That is a very easy question. Number of edges in a cube. Like what is the number of edges in a cube? Just comment below. Like it's an easy question. Like, and obviously we had a projection question, that is top view, elevation, and from that question we had that particular doubt, right? Options were wrong. Sometimes it happens in JEE exams. Might be the option can be, it can be wrong. So let's wait for the question paper to out and the answer key. Okay, then like we'll get the final answer key. We can challenge this option. If we find it wrong, we can challenge. We had a chance to challenge these options. Okay. Yes. So then, yes. Then you have the next part. Okay, we have an example question from non-verbal reasoning to count the number of triangles. So we had such a question to count the number of triangles. For these type of questions, we had learned a lot of techniques to count number of squares in a grid, number of rectangles in a grid, and to count a number of triangles in a grid. So This is such an easy question. There is a trick to count the number of triangles. We have already studied it in our think sessions. Okay, so I think you might have answered it right. Then yes, yes. So last but definitely not the least, we have the drawing section. Okay, so I know what you guys are feeling looking at this particular picture, right? So yes. So drawing questions, generally these questions were quite predictable, like following the same pattern as previous year's papers and our think model exams. Like it was kind of similar pattern like from our think model exam. Then so let's take a closer look to the questions. So we have this question, first question. Look at this question. I think I know what you guys are feeling. Like this single question took almost 1/3 of the time in the whole exam, right? Just comment below how you felt, what you felt about the question. Or like what were your thoughts when you just saw this question, this image in front of you? How did you feel it? Like just comment below. Like how was it? Yes. Okay, so the question is create a monochromatic sketch of the given image. So this is an expected question. Like for last 5 years, we had a sketching question. You have to proportionately sketch a picture, then you have to render it. Right. But this time the shocking part was it was too detailed. So this is a Kathakali question that is like a common art form in Kerala. It's a temple art. So for this Kathakali picture, like it's too detailed and it has different textures each part. Okay, so this particular question took almost 1/3 of the whole exam. Okay, so but comparatively, how detailed you go, like it's not like you have to draw it exactly like how it is. It's all about how much proportion that you are correcting, like how much detail you are like doing. Like so it's all about how much deeper you're going in for the detailing and proportion. Okay, so it's all a comparative marking. So don't worry. So we can move on to the next drawing part, drawing questions. So we had questions from Niranjan. Jashan Divaga. So we need to shading or monochromatic colors. Yes. So this time they asked monochromatic sketch. So generally there'll be like black and white sketching method. So in 2024 also we had question like sketch it, create a monochromatic sketch. Right. So monochromatic means tints and tones and shades of the same color. So it's basically pencil rendering only. Okay, you can render it with normal pencils. Either you can render it with a color pencil also, but it has to be monochromatic. If you are drawing with color pencil, just take one pencil and do it with that. That's it. Okay, it's all about like it has to be monochromatic. That's it. Either graphite pencils or color pencils. Yes. So we need to use pencil color in this. No, it's not necessary to use pencil colors. As you all know, normal graphite pencil rendering is monochromatic actually, right? It creates tints, tones and shades of the same color, like in how much pressure you are applying, right? So it's all the same. If you are doing with one single color pencil and graphite pencil, it's the same. Yes. Then we have our second questions. So these part add two options, either 2D composition or scene drawing. So this, sorry, 3D composition. So for 3D composition, it has to be, generally they ask for coloring. So this question also they asked for coloring. The question exactly was create a 3D sculpture using 5 crackers and a minimum of 4 colors of your choice for Diwali fest. Okay. So generally when such question come, you have to look into the technical terms, okay, keywords. So here, create a 3D sculpture. So it has to be a sculpture, not just a basic composition, like a horizontal composition. It's not like that. It has to be a sculpture. Okay. So using 5 crackers. So it has to be just 5 crackers. You can use a single type of crackers, different type of crackers, different sizes of crackers, different texture, different color. So it's up to you. The whole composition has to be aesthetic. It has to be aesthetically pleasing. Okay. And also a minimum of 4 colors of your choice. So it has clearly mentioned that you have to use 4 colors of your choice for this composition and for Diwali fest. So for Diwali, it's the theme. That's the entire theme of this question for Diwali fest. For Diwali is all about colors. It's a festival. So you can use such kind of colors for this composition, like which creates a feel of Diwali. Okay, you have to be specific about colors. You can't just randomly pick any colors from your color pencils because they have given a theme for you, right? For Diwali fest, you have to select such festive mood wala colors. Okay. So, and you have to provide light and shadow, even if it's not asked, you have to provide proper shading, textures, light and shadow, and the whole composition has to be neat and well presented. Okay. And then we have the O question for this particular question. Sketch a scene of a basketball court, include playing players and the enjoying audience. Okay. And also you were asked to color it, right? So, okay. So Niranjan is crying in the comment section. Sir, I did 2D, sir. Okay. It was clearly mentioned in the question that to draw a 3D sculpture. So it's okay. Let's see. Let's see how the result come out. Yes. And Niranjan also asked, Sir, I used pencil and rendered it beautifully, but monochromatic means color. No, no, monochromatic is not about colors. Like for a black and white movie, you call it monochromatic. Why? Because it's the tints, tones, and shade of a single color, right? Like black and white scheme is also already monochromatic. A chromatic scheme is already monochromatic. When you apply, when you add white into black, you get gray, right? So a chromatic color scheme is already monochromatic. So you can either do with pencils or color pencils. That's fine. But it shouldn't be like, multiple colors. It has to be one color. That's it. And for the second question, sketch a scene of a basketball court. So it has to be an interesting scene. It has to be dynamic. It shouldn't be like all the players are posing for a picture. It shouldn't be like that. We should have a feel that okay, they are playing. They have these gestures of playing. What will they do when they are playing basketball? They'll be throwing. Some players will be like okay, waiting for the ball to hit. Then audience will be enjoying. Some people will be like, cheering for their favorite team. So there'll be two teams. There'll be one who is, controlling, coordinating all these play like a referee. Okay, so you can add all such details. And also generally basketball court are indoor. So you can add those area, or you can place it outdoor also. Like we had both the cases. Okay, you can place it either outdoor or indoor. That's up to you. Indoor basketball courts are there, outdoor basketball courts are there. So it's all up to you. Okay. Yes. So, and you have to color it. You have to color it neatly. So, yes, that's it. That's about the drawing part. Yes. Okay. So, and also for all aspiring architects, ThiNC has started pre-booking for our upcoming NATA crash batches. So if you have any doubt, just contact in either this number or the second number 8086 111 or 8086 111 Okay, so don't miss out. Take your spot now. Okay, and before we wrap up, I will also be sharing some strategies to help you prepare for the next session of JEE B.Arch. Okay, first I'll start with time management, because in this session, we had a question rendering that took almost 1 hour of your time, right? And if you have such a question, you can't be like, okay, I'll give 30 minutes for this question. I'll give 30 minutes for the second question. It's not like that. If you have to take 50 minutes for the first question, that's okay, because that question demands that much time, right? So you can take 50 minutes, or you can even take 1 hour. That's okay. Only if you can complete the second question in less than 30 minutes. That's how it works. It's not like 45 minutes for one question, 45 minutes for one question. No, we practice like that to improve our time management. But when you do, you can complete one question in a time, and the other question in a lesser time. So if you are able to complete the 3D composition question in a half an hour, because that question demands a time of maximum 30 minutes or 40 minutes. That's fine. But for this question, like, it has to be proportionate. It has to be well rendered. It has to be well detailed. So that for that much correct proportion, detailing and rendering, you have at least 45 minutes of time into that question. Okay, so manage your time properly. Like how much time needed for a question. So you should be able to judge. the question. By reading the question, you have to be like sure about the time taking for that question. Okay, and the overall time management, how much time you'll be giving for mathematics, how much time you'll be giving for drawing. And another strategy, generally for JEE exam, they follow the same pattern. Like for drawing, they follow the same pattern for the second session. For both sessions, they follow the same pattern. So I'm not saying that okay for sure it will be like this, but looking into the previous question, in 2024 for session 1 it was one rendering question, and second one 2D composition or scene drawing, and the second session it was one rendering question, then 3D composition or scene drawing. Right. In 2023 also, it was the same for session 1 and session 2. So this year also, we expect the same pattern for session 2. Probably it would be one rendering question, and second one, it would be 3D composition or scene drawing. I'm just guessing. So focus on such areas. It's a prediction. Okay. I'm not saying for sure it will be like that. No, it's not like that. Just predicting. Okay. Yes. And then focus more on your coloring. So generally they asked coloring question. Like, in this second question, it's both 3D composition and scene drawing were, color based. So generally they asked to color for scene drawings and 3D composition. So practice and make your coloring better. Okay. And expect such a detailed question for the second session as well. Because last year, they asked similar kind of pictures for rendering in both session 1 and session 2. In 23 also, it was like that. So as session 1 had this much detailed picture, for session 2 also you can expect the same. Okay. And we had no arithmetics reasoning question this year. You noticed that last time we had number series. Also we had direction. We had coding, decoding. We had question from clock. So this time we had no questions from arithmetic reasoning, which we can expect for the second session as well. But maybe one or two questions can be there. Okay. And for mathematics, it will be almost the same level of questions. Okay. So practice these questions, like when we looking to previous question, which questions you frequently asked question that you find, practice on that part. Okay. So these are the main things that I want to suggest you to for your preparation for the second session. So you can join our crash batches for more guidance and preparation. Our both NATA and JEE batches are on looking bookings are open. So if you have any queries related to our upcoming batches, contact in these numbers. Okay, so that's about this session. I think it's all clear. So if you have any queries, just put in the comment box. Okay, we'll be replying for that. Okay, so I think we can wind up the session. So thank you, students, and once again, all the best for your results. Okay, you deserve the best. Thank you all.